Overthinking. So all of us, we go through something called as overthinking, right? Or I'm very good at overthinking and I spoil everything. This is what we say. So here is the topic which will tell you about overthinking. Are you really is a person who thinks a lot or who thinks or overthinks about any concept or any condition? So let's understand. So what is it exactly? If you are really a overthinking person, how you can overcome that? My name is Arpana, corporate coach, psychologist, and a business consultant. And you can go through my profile further either through my YouTube link or any other portfolio. So make sure you subscribe so you can support us to grow further. So overthinking, when I say about it, so let's understand how exactly it is helping us or it is spoiling us. So hope you are able to understand or hope you are able to go through the presentation. So overthinking, when I say, why did I say that? Did I hurt that person? What did they actually mean? What if something goes wrong? What if I make the wrong decision? Sometimes the biggest problem is that our body sitting quietly in one place, but our mind has traveled to 10 different places. So, as the slide says, so why exactly you came from a function and you start thinking that why exactly I told like that, or if it is in your routine condition, if you are in a situation where you're going to office every day, you're talking to either your manager or someone who is very close to you, or did I do mistake sharing this particular thing with that person? So it is very common among us. So did I hurt someone? Yes, really, we go through that condition as well. So what exactly, like someone told something, we will spend the whole day in interpreting what exactly they meant by it. Is it harmful? Is it something that thinking bad about me? Are they suspecting about me? What if something goes wrong? So when we think about all these things, that can be a part of overthinking. So yes, but how much, when, why, we will understand that. So let's go ahead with a part called as cognitive restructuring. So when I say cognitive restructuring, you went into a wrong path, you will take a U-turn and come back. So let's say we are making our brain go through restructuring itself by asking certain realistic questions or making it understand that what I'm thinking is not realistic. What is it exactly is totally different from what I understood. So why does our mind overthink? So as we already know that most of the time it is alert condition which our brain provides. From any threat, any condition, any concept it could be. But our brain is very, very smart which gives us information about it. So we can call it as any kind of sixth sense, seventh sense, eighth sense, whatever sense it could be. So what is actually happening psychologically? As I already gave you the word, it is alertness towards the threat you might get into. Why do negative thoughts become repetitive? When we say that first time something happened and that created a kind of instinct or fear inside my mind, so this could be the reason. Or in the future something might happen, I always think about it, that could be the reason. So it could be about something from the past or it could be about the future. Our brain gives impulses in the form of negative thoughts. How can we interrupt the cycles? We will understand that also, where we will go through certain activities, certain ways which I'll be discussing, and that will help you. And as the last point says that what practical things we can apply where you can regain your mental clarity, that this is not what it is. This is exactly it is. You will get clarity about yourself also, you will get clarity about the other person also. So that is what it is. First thing, what we are supposed to do whenever we go through any condition is understand your thoughts. Having thoughts doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. As I told you in the beginning, remember that not always that person always thinks negative about everything. She won't allow us to go anywhere. She'll always be thinking about these aspects in a negative way. Or he does this, that he always talks negative. Before we want to go somewhere, he tells, no, no, we should not go there, we should not do this and all. You might have such people around you, or we might talk, or we might be expressed, or our profile or our characteristics might be expressed in that way. So when we say such type of things, the human mind is designed to think. What is that exactly? You can't stay without thinking. Can you give me a second or a minute where you said, no, I didn't think at all? We will go through hundreds and thousands of thought processes in our mind, but we cannot stop those thoughts. But what type of thoughts we can bring into our mind, that is what our capacity is, where we can understand where we are and how we can process it. So the problem begins when thinking stops being useful and starts becoming repetitive, exhausting, distressing. As I give you an example, we went to a function and we had really nice day. But one person told something. Then whole fun I forgot. I came back, I started processing that why that person was behaving like that. This particular word or sentence, exactly why that person used about me, or what exactly it is which is coming repeatedly, it is processing, which is very much exhausting in condition, which is very much distressing to me. So when we go through such type of thing, the thoughts which are very clear, which should go on in our mind is only positive thoughts. It should not be related to that person. I always tell people, never allow anyone to rule on your mind. This is your mind, your own thoughts, your own people, your own feelings should be there. It should not be occupied by negative thoughts. It should not be occupied by negative people. Is that clear? So next, how to identify whether you are an overthinker or a person who goes with deep thinking. There is a totally different kind of thoughts about it. When someone goes wrong, do you keep thinking about it long after it has happened? I told you, came back from the function is over, you would have left everything over there. Okay, let's say that in our family we talk, in their family they talk, it happens, correct? So when we come back, we discuss about that particular situation, we have nice conversation about it, and we spoke about that person also who was not behaving properly. But yet, what we are supposed to do is, we should have a nice sleep. It should not create a kind of exhaustion in our mind where we will not be able to process anything further. Do you sometimes imagine negative situations that haven't even happened? I told you it could be related to the past or it could be related to future. If I go to interview, then I might not pass. It might be a kind of negative feeling which will create. So I will not go to the interview at all. Then definitely you're an overthinker. Why I'm saying this? Basically, if you don't try, you don't even know the result. You might be the favorite person of the interviewer. You both might be from the same place or same station or whatever, something related to each other. Most of the time, it creates a positive environment. It frees you out of any kind of stress. Thereby, you will be able to answer many things clearly. So understand, without going through the situation, you cannot estimate what is going to happen. So make sure in that condition, you can mark yourself as a overthinker. Do you replay conversation in your head? Something happened 15 years back, yet it comes to my mind, full scene and situation is there, and whatever they told, it is there, and I keep on ruminating over that. So if you are such person which is creating a kind of negative thoughts in your mind, then you're an overthinker. Do you find it difficult to make decision because you keep thinking about every possible outcome? Not to go to a trip with my friends. Then I'll start thinking, no, that is raining over there. They said flood might come. Okay, this side we are going. There is high chance of earthquake. Oh, this is what we are going to do. No trekking, people are dying nowadays. Oh, no, yeah, many road accidents. Let's not go anywhere. When we think for a small travel and trip which can help us, a proper planning can help. We can go through so many sources of weather or anything, and there is a chance. I tell many people, if negative things happen as well, without thinking or overthinking or a normal thinking as well, but there is one thing, we have to accept the reality. We have to accept it. There is no other way. I wanted to become the best research scholar, but I got detected with some health issues. Then I changed my whole profile. Today I'm something else rather than thinking about that profile also. Whatever I'm doing, yes, I'm doing something in my life. So remember that. That should be the thought positive way you should keep on moving. Next thing, and the last aspect which you are supposed to consider. Do you sometimes lie down at night and suddenly your brain becomes extremely active? So this extremely active condition is not something that you're happy and you started singing. So this is good. You started singing, you started becoming happy, you started talking something good which has happened, you remembered that you wanted to tell someone. But if you started ruminating something which is not even relevant for that moment, it won't make you happy, it will disturb your sleep, then you are an overthinker. So, summarizing all these things, if you say yes to this, yes to this, yes to this, or this one, or everything associated with it, let's mark you as an overthinker. And after this session, you will be out of it as well. Next, as I told you, your problems will be associated with the rumination and worry. So, what is rumination versus worry? Rumination is all about the past. Why did I do that? Why did they say that? I should have handled it differently if I only had done this. So the past cannot be changed. As I told, accept the reality, it has happened. You have two things you can do. One is corrective action, one is preventive action. So, what is that corrective action and preventive action is all? Can you correct that moment or correct that situation or correct the feeling and emotions of the person if you have hurt? Or if they have hurt you, can you make them say I'm sorry to you? Most of the human emotions will be satisfied only with one words apologizing someone or saying sorry. But can you do that? Correct the situation, correct the condition, or can you correct yourself that you won't do such type of mistakes? You will not get into such type of trouble. If some negative environment is there, in especially Indian culture, we have this trend that I know if I go to that particular function, I might face a type of people who will not like me or who might say something. So you understand if 75-80% of the crowd is good to you, 20% is negative towards you, you can handle. If you think 80% is negative over there, only 20% are there to welcome you. Are you really in a condition to go there willingly? Already your brain will be into a condition where it is thinking about no past experience was like this. Let's not get into it. So next thing which we say, worry. It's all about future. So I told you one example, the best example we can take is interview. Most of the people come to me during the counseling, they say that I didn't get promoted or I never accepted this promotion just because I never wanted to take that exam, or I was not ready for the interview, or I think that I have to handle a bigger team. I'm very, very, very scared about bigger team or process and other things which is related to it. So when we say that you are worried about your future, which is spoiling your future itself, then you can say that you are worried about it. So fear of rejection, it could be fear of failure, it could be anything. What if I lose my job? Most of the people who are going to job are into this condition where they are not trying something new, where they are unable to go ahead with it, or some kind of people, their self respect is spoiled, yet they are pushed to work over there because oh, if I lose this job, I may not get something better. So, when we think about yes, sometimes if you are logical, it might be correct, but you should become better person to handle that, right? As I said, corrective action. What is the thing you can do in this situation is preventive action, where you will not get into a stage that someone else will rule on. That is, you have to prevent all such type of situation or all such type of toxic people from you. So that is what you are supposed to be prepared for the condition. Then, why does our brain overthink? So when you go through this, I already told you the first part, it is like past regret or future fear, everything. It is a part of our anxiety. It is very common in human being. If you are going through that, even I am going through that. Just because I'm a psychologist, I have studied this, that doesn't mean that all of us are like very cool, calm and all. I always tell people that if there is a situation, someone is getting hurt, I should increase my anger level. I should try to protect that people. I cannot go, oh, I'm a psychologist, I should be cool and calm. Okay, I might have to be prepared well for my kid also. When I become parent, I don't have to think that I'm a psychologist. I don't have to fight for my kid. Remember, fighting logically is the psychologist way of doing it. Understood? Our brain is constantly trying to protect us. So historically, if you say that in the ancient days, people never had this closed area. Even if we can go through any jungle or anything, we will be enclosed in some, like, traveling agent, whatever it is. So we will be enclosed in that or a jeep or whatever thing you're taking, but that vehicle is protecting you and those people are trained enough. Once upon a time, when people, whether it is male, female, kids, or whole family, used to travel from one place to another, even they want to visit their relatives, they have to visit a temple or any place it could be, they have to face danger, or they might have to face danger every moment, because most of the areas it was covered with forest. And there was no specific road or tar road or anything which was created for them. So even a lot, like small things might affect them, so they should be alert about the path they are walking, whether it is a snake, whether it is a small insect, whether it is anything which could be spike kind of thing, or which can hurt them, anything it could be, they should be alert about it. So they used to think beyond their level, they used to think beyond the capacity, so that was good. So our brain started thinking beyond a certain level. So if there was a threat, the brain couldn't say, let's think about it after 3 hours. No, immediate response is required, correct? So we might plan for our travel and trip for years together, hours together, days together. But if there is an emergency, we have to start immediately. We cannot say that that place is not safe, I won't walk, don't want to go. So it needs reaction immediately. So our brain naturally pays attention to everything which is in our way. So it could be, what are the triggering factor? More than a reason, we can also consider it as a triggering factor. What is the triggering factor? A difficult conversation we had with our manager, next day we don't want to face them. No, you have to go, face, talk, clearly understand where you went wrong, where they went wrong. If this can be settled, because we are all adults. It is not kind of, if kids can settle easily, then definitely adults can do it. If that is not the situation where we are unable to settle, then you have to think about the further way. So email from your manager creates a kind of anxiety. It would have happened with most of the people. You saw something, oh, this might happen with me. Relationship problem, everyone on this earth, including me, everyone goes through that. Remember, if two people are there, mindset won't be same. All of us will be different. So definitely there will be a kind of fight which we go through that. And if that fight is extreme, if it is influencing on your day-to-day life, then quit. If something which you can settle somewhere and move on with the life, then keep on going, because there is no perfection in anything. So financial uncertainty is something where all of us will go through overthinking related to it. Exactly. So where we think, okay, what, all my money which is kept in bank disappears one day. There are many people like that. You might laugh now. There are many people who think that, like, kept so much money, and what if it disappears? I've kept this much gold. What if I? In a way, it is difficult for people like us where we don't have much of the money or gold or anything, so we can live peacefully. So that overthinking also happens when you don't have money. Yes, the overthinking will be, what if someone falls sick and I don't have much money to take care of them? So that is also there. That is our thinking. But if you have so much money also, it is financial uncertainty, whether it is low, high, anything, it can create a kind of overthinking and anxiety in human being. So social media comparison nowadays, the trend is going on. I don't have, like, I have a little break. I will start scrolling through all the memes and whatever it comes. It could be small image or reels, anything. I'll scroll through that. What happens over there? That is just an image, just a video. I should watch it as an entertainment. I should come out of it. No, I'll carry it. See, this is what it has happened. See, this is what it has happened. That's why this is what we are concluding everywhere. So that we processed it for more than a certain time, which is limited for it. Then it went into our subconscious mind. And obviously that creates a kind of anxiety and other influences on our mind. So academic pressure, most of the kids are going through that as if they are going to start with PhD, first standard itself. So even parents are troubled, are pressured, and parents are also creating a kind of pressure on the kids. So that is leading to it. No, you can't force it. Till a kid comes to a kind of teenage level, they can't take any kind of proper decision that what they want to do. Let them decide. Let them have their moment. But I always say this, that most of the things we know about the issues with the need, if anything happens like that, have a backup plan. Business has a continuity plan over there. Every person should have a backup plan. If you are planning, if you have certain issues in your life, you should think about, like, okay, if I'm going to lose this job, what I'm going to do. That is not overthinking. You have a backup plan. So if I can't secure into core medical field, I can go with allied healthcare as well. So that's the thought. A kid should go through rather than creating a pressure in their mind that will lead to, like, these kids, oh, I can't become a doctor, I think I'll not be able to get or secure that much marks. Not required. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your brain in that moment rather than securing good marks by studying over there. Career decisions also, I always say, no regrets. Select something which is best for you, what you can do in your life. If you are enjoying it, or always there is a parallel way. After certain time, you can come back. If you like some other field, you can work as a hobby or you can help someone related to it and push it further. Parenting concern, major overthinking, major condition. My kid has a trip in school, whether I should send or not, what this happens, what, well, we have heard so many things. Being a parent, I can relate to that. But where we need to stop, because our kids should explore, but what is the level of it? Physical, psychological, physiologically, are they ready for it? Their physical condition supports that they can step out and handle themselves. Their psychological condition is so secure that they can handle any kind of situation. Physiological condition, that is metabolism or any hormonal imbalance or any kind of disorders they are going through, if it that is the reason, you can stop it. Take a logical decision over there. Anything it could be. Fear of rejection, fear of failure. We already discussed that everything is a failure. Remember that we will start, we will go ahead. Everyone fails in one or the other way. That if someone is not securing 100 of 100, according to people, it is failure only. So anything rejected or failure, it doesn't mean that that's the end. You need to understand that that's not the end. Retry again and again. People who know me, they already know the level of try I have given to various aspects in my life. So, reason whatever it could be, never allow it to affect your life. Overthinking cycle. So, something triggers your mind, thought processes starts, your emotion will be affected, thereby body starts feeling tired, lazy, or it could be getting fever and other issues also. Thereby you'll get angry, or behavior modification happens, and thereby you'll be lying down and you'll start processing more and more thoughts associated with it. What I will suggest, this trigger point everyone will have. I will also have. Someone will come and say something and it will trigger my mind. I will process that for a few minutes. I will not connect it to my emotion. I will connect it to my emotional intelligence. Okay. If they have to say that, that is their nature. I can't change that person. Stop the thought over there. Do not allow it to affect body or behavior or create different kinds of thoughts associated with it. Thereby, you'll spoil your whole day, whole night, or the associated days, associated life, and people around you. Everyone would be affected through this. So, where exactly the full stop has to be provided to this cycle, rather than emotion, it is emotional intelligence which should be supporting you. So, what are the things? If someone says we need to talk, start thinking what that person might want to talk, what they might be thinking. Maybe that they told like this, maybe they're talking. We have assumption. We have so many thoughts in our mind. Those things starts triggering. What can I actually do about it? Without that person had a talk with you, you will start processing everything. So what are the techniques? We can name it as one is stop method, where stop, take a break, observe and proceed. What is that exactly? Stop your thought for a few minutes. Go sit in a place where you will not think. Don't carry your mobile. Don't do anything. Just sit in a place. I told you, you can't stay away, but the thought changes. If you're looking at the like people roaming around in the park or in the balcony or something, the thought process changes over there. So you will go with the deep breathing. Obviously, I have told in most of my videos that oxygen supply to your brain can do lots and lots of miracle, thereby to your body as well. And observe the situation which you went through. If possible, write it down. You will be able to clearly get the concept when you write things. The next method talks about it, and then proceed ahead with the decision, whether it is corrective action, whether it is preventive action, whether it is acceptance, whether it is rejection of the thought. So you have to do it. You have to stop so you can come out of your overthinking condition. Then the best methodology in cognitive psychology, I always tell, or I mention it to many people, and they have seen the miracle out of it. Whenever you go through it, you write it down. You will have a good night's sleep. So, because the answers you are going to ask is, can I control it? If it is yes, control the situation, especially in worry, it will work. In the future, if you can control something, something has happened already, you can't control it. You can control your mind and then accept the reality and go for it. Let's take an example of the interview. As I told you, control your mind, attend that interview, positive or negative, it is not the end of the life. Correct? You got it? But nobody thinks that I'm going to work 100 years in this job. The moment they join, they'll think one other day, they leave. So that is what it is. So you are uncertain about anything, but accept the uncertainty also. Writing down always helps. It will give you more clarity. So make sure you adopt anything, just scribble something. You don't have to sit and write nice diary over there. And I will check my handwriting. Oh, my handwriting is so bad. Overthinking. No, just scribble something. Just try to connect things. So that will help you to understand the realistic situation. So breaking the negative thinking pattern, that is catastrophism, where you will assume everything is worst in my life. Catastrophic condition is like that, right? So everything is condition where no, nothing is good, nothing is happening. Worst possible outcome I can assume might happen. Mind reading, assuming you know that person, I have seen that person in my childhood, that is what he is going to talk about, that is what he is expecting from me. There might be change, people grow, people change. The person who was too good at you towards you during your childhood might become the worst person of your life. Okay, so the person you love, liked, and got married can become the worst person in your life. So you cannot predict anyone. People change, their behavior modification happens. So don't think about negative thing, why everything is happening with me. And all or nothing thinking, which is very, very, very common. That everything will be perfect. Nothing is perfect. No, none of them is possible. So what is that exactly? It is when we go with the thought processes or realistic situation, there is nothing called as perfect. We always say that. We have heard people talking about it. So when we say that, so there is nothing called as perfection. So there will be certain things we should be happy about, certain things like I told you, 80 to 20 relationship you check. If you are happy over there, go and enjoy. If you can't, then leave it. Everything is under your control. The moment you feel that control in your mind, that's the best life you can lead. Then overgeneralization, that person did something wrong. This person, our whole community, whole state, whole area, we will say everyone is like that. Have you met all of them? Have you met the whole country people, whole state people, or whole area people? No. So overgeneralization is considered as a part of it. So change your thinking pattern. A person to person, a family, within a family, there will be difference among the nature and the type of behavior of the people. Agree, right? Then should thinking is something which we have to blame. Why? I should always win. I should always be the one who will sit in the first bench. I should always be the one who gets promotion. I should always be the one who gets the chance to give presentation. When we go through that, no, you are not creating chance. Be a leader. Just go aside, push someone. It's not like staying behind means you're not a leader. Supporting someone can help yourself as well. It can help us because we will absorb them. I did this, I didn't do this. So you will understand what to do, what not to do. So definitely should never works in our life, correct? So daily habits for emotional well-being. This is something which we should follow. 10 to 15 minutes, I told you. Sit in a calm, cool position. Don't go with anyone. That's your me time. Do not allow any of your family member or anyone. Just sit alone. Enjoy that moment. Don't allow any negative thing, and especially don't allow any bigger thought processes. No scrolling through anything, no unnecessary notifications required. I think just better to keep the mobile inside your pocket or bag or anywhere, and just you have your correct time. Reduce unnecessary social media comparison. We discussed about it. Maintain a sleeping routine. Yes, it won't happen with me. Definitely, I agree with that. Most of us might not be able to do it, but at least when you sleep, you should have a peaceful sleep. That's what I told in my previous video also, that I won't recommend that you are supposed to go and like 8 hours, 10 hours, you should sleep. Sometimes, depending on our work and job, no. Are you having the happy sleep over there? That's more than sufficient. So move your body. Very, very, very required thing. Blood circulation happens, include your brain. It will help, and then you'll be able to come out of your overthinking. Talk to someone. That should not be any negative person or toxic person, as we say. But it's good to talk to someone, share things, and take their opinion. Their opinion should not trigger another overthinking. So make sure someone who understands what you are going through should talk to someone like that. Practice gratitude. Say thank you. Thank you to whoever you want. Thank you to God or whatever it is. You can practice that. So that will help you. That I gave some positive message to someone. So last thing, what exactly the overall discussion of today helped us to understand is every thought we go through is not really a fact. Sometimes it is just an imagination or a thought processes which has come to our mind saying that it might happen like that. They might have thought like this. That doesn't mean that is really realistic. You don't have to believe every thought your mind produces, as I gave you an example just now. You cannot control everything that happens. You can work on how you respond. As I said, simple corrective action, preventive action. Beyond that, accept the reality. Don't repeat the mistake. Don't spend all your energy solving problems that don't exist yet. So, worry is the problem which doesn't even exist. So, as I told, write it down. Are there any different ways you can solve that? You can take someone's help. That will give you the clarity. Come out of it. Peace doesn't always come from finding every answer. Sometimes it comes from accepting that we don't have every answer yet. So sometimes it's good, no, that you're exploring life. You're trying to understand the situation better. You're trying to process so many things. So make sure you are supposed to have a peaceful life rather than struggling. Overthinking can create a kind of struggle in your mind. So practice these techniques. You can reach out to me for any further kind of support. Please note this is our team number who will help you with the appointment. You can reach out to me through the appointment and we can go ahead with a further conversation. All the best and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.